Breaking news for every Social Security, SSI, and SSDI recipient in America. A brand new rule takes effect on March 7th, and millions of people have no idea it's coming. If you receive Social Security retirement benefits, if you're on SSI, if you rely on SSDI every single month to pay your rent, buy your groceries, and keep the lights on, then what I'm about to share with you in the next few minutes could be the most important thing you hear all week. This is not a rumor. This is not speculation. This is real. And it is happening right now. A significant change to how Social Security benefits are administered is going into effect. And the Social Security Administration has not done nearly enough to warn the people it will affect most. That means seniors who have been counting on the same system for years, disabled Americans who depend on every single dollar, and low-income families who cannot afford to be caught off guard may wake up on March 7th completely unprepared. And being unprepared when it comes to your Social Security benefits, that's not just stressful. It can mean missed payments. It can mean confusion at the bank. It can mean panic calls to the SSA that go unanswered for hours. It can mean real financial hardship for you and your family. So stop what you're doing. Because right now, in this video, I'm going to break this all down for you. Plain English. No confusing government language. No runaround. Just the truth about what's changing, why it's changing, and exactly what you need to do before March 7th to make sure your benefits, your money, and your peace of mind are fully protected. Stay with me. This one is critical. Welcome. If this is your first time here, I want to take just a moment to tell you what this channel is all about. This channel exists for one reason and one reason only: to protect you. Not the politicians, not the bureaucrats in Washington, not the insurance companies or the financial institutions. You, the everyday American who worked hard, paid into the system, and deserves to receive every single dollar of the benefits you've earned and qualified for. Whether you are a retiree living on a fixed income, a disabled veteran trying to navigate the SSDI system, a parent caring for a child on SSI, or a caregiver trying to make sense of the rules on behalf of a loved one, this channel is your home. Every single week, we go through the updates, the changes, the rule modifications, the payment schedule shifts, the policy announcements, and we break them all down in a way that actually makes sense to real people. Because here's the truth: the Social Security Administration puts out announcements. They send letters. They update websites. But most of the time, those communications are buried in confusing language, filled with legal jargon, and nearly impossible to understand unless you have a law degree or a background in federal benefits policy. That's where we come in. We translate all of that for you. We tell you what it means in your daily life. We tell you what action to take. And we do it with honesty, with care, and with your best interests at heart. If you are not subscribed to this channel yet, I want to ask you, right now, to hit that subscribe button. It's free. It takes 2 seconds, and it means that every time something like this happens, every time a new rule drops, every time a payment schedule changes, every time there's an update you need to know about, you'll be the first to find out. Don't rely on the government to send you a letter in time. Don't wait until it affects your bank account. Subscribe now and stay protected. All right, let's get into it. March 7th is coming fast, and here's everything you need to know. What is the new rule, and why does it matter? Let's start at the beginning. The Social Security Administration has announced a significant operational policy change that goes into effect on March 7th, 2025. This change affects how identity verification and benefit authentication are handled, specifically for recipients who interact with the SSA either online, over the phone, or in person at local field offices. Now, you might be wondering, why is this happening? Why now? Here's the background. Over the past several years, the Social Security Administration has faced an alarming rise in fraud, identity theft, and scam activity targeting Social Security recipients. We're talking about billions of dollars in improper payments, thousands of cases of stolen identities, and countless seniors and disabled Americans who had their benefits tampered with. sometimes without even knowing it until the damage was done. To combat this, the SSA has been working on a major overhaul of how it verifies who you are before making changes to your account, processing certain requests, or issuing payments in certain situations. And as of March 7th, those new verification standards go into full effect. What specifically is changing? Here is the core of what you need to understand. Starting March 7th, the Social Security Administration is implementing new identity proofing requirements for certain transactions. This is part of a broader initiative that ties into the agency's updated digital identity framework. What does that mean in plain English? It means that if you need to make certain changes to your Social Security account, things like updating your direct deposit information, changing your address on file, requesting a replacement Social Security card, or accessing specific benefit details, you may now be required to verify your identity through a more rigorous process than before. For many recipients, this will involve using the My Social Security online portal at SSA.gov and completing an identity verification step. In some cases, this may require the use of a third-party verification service. For recipients who are not comfortable with technology or who do not have reliable internet access, this creates a real and serious challenge. And that is exactly the part of the story that is not getting enough attention. Who is most affected? Let's talk about who this hits hardest, because not everyone is in the same situation. Seniors aged 70 and older who have been receiving benefits for many years and have never needed to create an online account with SSA may suddenly find themselves needing to do so in order to make changes or access certain services. For many of these individuals, navigating online identity verification is not simple or easy. SSDI recipients who may have cognitive disabilities, physical limitations, or mental health conditions that make it harder to complete multi-step digital processes. For these individuals, a sudden requirement to verify identity through an online portal is not just inconvenient, it can be genuinely overwhelming. SSI recipients who live in rural areas with limited internet access, or who rely on public computers at libraries and community centers. These individuals may not have a private, secure way to complete an online verification process. People who have representative payees, meaning someone else manages their Social Security payments on their behalf. There may be additional steps required for representative payees to authenticate under the new system. Anyone who recently moved and needs to update their address on file before the new system fully rolls out. If your address on file with SSA doesn't match the address associated with your verification documents, this could cause delays. Does any of that describe you or someone you love? Then this section of the video is especially important. Keep watching. The payment schedule connection. Now, here's where I want to address something that is causing real confusion online right now, and I want to clear it up for you directly. Some people are asking, does this new rule mean my payment will be delayed or affected in March? Here is the honest answer. For the vast majority of recipients, people who are already set up on direct deposit, who have not made any recent changes to their account, and who do not need to interact with SSA in March, your regular payment schedule should not be impacted. Your March payments will go out on the same schedule they always do, based on your birth date and your benefit type. For Social Security retirement and SSDI recipients, if your birthday falls on the 1st through 10th of the month, your payment arrives on the 2nd Wednesday of March. If your birthday falls on the 11th through 20th, your payment arrives on the 3rd Wednesday of March. If your birthday falls on the 21st through 31st, your payment arrives on the 4th Wednesday of March. If you've been receiving benefits since before May 1997, or if you receive both Social Security and SSI, your payment comes on the 3rd of the month. For SSI recipients, your payment is typically issued on the 1st of the month. In months where the 1st falls on a weekend or federal holiday, payments are issued early, on the last business day before the 1st. So, your payment dates themselves are not changing because of this new rule. But here's where it gets critical. If you need to make any changes to your account in order to receive your payment correctly, like updating a bank account for direct deposit or changing your address, the new verification requirements could slow that process down if you are not prepared. That is the danger zone. That is what we want to help you avoid. A real-world example. Meet Dorothy. Let me paint a picture for you that illustrates exactly why this matters. Dorothy is 74 years old. She lives in a small town in Ohio. She receives $1,240 per month in Social Security retirement benefits. It's deposited directly into her checking account on the second Wednesday of every month. She's been on the same schedule with the same bank account for 11 years. Last month, Dorothy's bank merged with another bank. Her account number changed. She needs to update her direct deposit information with SSA before her next payment. In the past, Dorothy could have called SSA, waited on hold, and updated her information over the phone with a representative. Under the new rules starting March 7th, certain account changes, including direct deposit updates, may require identity verification through the My Social Security online portal before the change can be processed. Dorothy doesn't have an online account. She doesn't use the internet regularly. She has a smartphone, but she's not confident with it. If Dorothy doesn't find out about this change in time, she could call SSA, be told she needs to verify online, not know how to do that, miss her March payment going to the correct account, and spend days trying to sort it out, all while the clock is ticking on her bills. Now multiply Dorothy's situation by millions of people across the country. That's the scale of what we're talking about. This is not a scare tactic. This is a real scenario that will play out for real people, unless they know what's coming and take action in advance. What about scammers? I need to spend a moment on this because it is urgent. Whenever the SSA announces a new rule or policy, especially one involving identity verification, scammers activate immediately. And I mean within hours. They will send text messages claiming to be from the Social Security Administration. They will call you and say your benefits are on hold because you haven't completed the new verification. They will send emails with links that look exactly like the SSA website. Let me be crystal clear. The Social Security Administration will never call you, text you, or email you and ask for your Social Security number, banking information, or personal login credentials. If anyone contacts you claiming to be from SSA and asks for sensitive personal information, it is a scam. Full stop. No exceptions. The only legitimate ways to interact with SSA are visiting SSA.gov directly, by typing it into your browser yourself, not by clicking any link. Calling the official SSA number, 1-800-772-1213. Visiting your local Social Security field office in person. If you receive any suspicious contact, do not respond, do not click links, do not provide any information. Simply hang up or delete the message and call SSA directly through the official number. Please share this warning with every senior, every disabled person, and every Social Security recipient you know. Scammers will absolutely try to exploit this moment of confusion, and we need to look out for each other. All right, let's talk about what to actually do right now, today, before March 7th, because knowing the information is only half the battle. The other half is taking action, and I want to walk you through exactly what steps you should consider taking, calmly, clearly, and without panic. Check your current SSA account status. The first thing I want you to do is go to ssa.gov and check whether you already have a My Social Security online account. If you do, great. Log in. Make sure your information is current. Verify that your address, your direct deposit information, and your contact details are all accurate and up to date. If you don't have a My Social Security account, and many people don't, consider creating one before March 7th. I know that might sound intimidating, but here's why it matters. Having the account set up in advance means that if you ever need to make a change or respond to a verification request, you won't be starting from scratch in a moment of stress. To create an account, go to ssa.gov, click on My Social Security, and follow the prompts. You will need a valid email address, your social security number, and some basic identifying information. The site will walk you through the process step by step. If you need help, consider asking a trusted family member, a friend, or a local library staff member to assist you. Many libraries offer free digital assistance programs specifically for seniors. Confirm your direct deposit information. If you receive your benefits via direct deposit, which most people do, and if you don't, you absolutely should, log into your account or call SSA and confirm that your bank account information on file is current and correct. If your bank has recently changed, merged, or issued you a new account number for any reason, now is the time to update that information before the new verification rules are fully in place. Don't wait until the day before your payment is due. Update it now while you have time to resolve any issues. Update your address. If you've moved. If you have moved in the last 6 to 12 months and have not updated your address with Social Security, do it now. Your address on file with SSA is often used as part of the identity verification process. A mismatch between your SSA address and the address on your ID or other documents can cause delays. You can update your address online through My Social Security by calling 1-800-772-2113 or by visiting your local SSA office. Be aware of processing times. Here is something very important to understand. When you make changes to your Social Security account, whether it's a direct deposit update, an address change, or anything else, there is a processing time involved. That processing time may be longer than usual in the weeks immediately following March 7th, as the SSA rolls out the new verification protocols and staff adjust to the new procedures. So if you have changes that need to be made, do not wait until the last minute. Submit those changes as early as possible. Give yourself at least 2 to 3 weeks of buffer time before your next payment date if you can. Know your rights. You have rights as a Social Security recipient. If your payment is delayed or if you are having difficulty completing a verification process, you have the right to speak with a human representative at SSA. You also have the right to request assistance if you are disabled, elderly, or otherwise unable to complete an online process independently. SSA is required to provide reasonable accommodations. Do not be intimidated. Do not feel like you have no options. If you run into a problem, be persistent. Call. Go in person if necessary. Ask to speak with a supervisor if you are not getting the help you need. And if you are ever unsure about something, a letter you received, a request that seems strange, a change in your payment, come back to this channel. We will help you make sense of it. Talk to the people you love. Finally, if you have a parent, a grandparent, a neighbor, or a friend who is on Social Security and may not be aware of this change, please reach out to them. Not everyone has access to the internet. Not everyone is watching YouTube videos to stay informed. Some of the most vulnerable Social Security recipients are the ones who will be least likely to hear about this in time. A phone call, a quick conversation, sharing this video. It could make a real difference in someone's life. Look out for each other. That's how we get through changes like this. Now I want to take a moment to talk directly to you, the person watching this right now. I know that keeping up with Social Security changes can feel exhausting. The rules shift, the policies update, the government sends out notices that are hard to understand. And sometimes it feels like you're the last one to find out about something that directly affects your money. That's exactly why this channel exists. We do the work so you don't have to. Every week we go through the SSA announcements, the Federal Register updates, the congressional actions, the scam alerts, and we bring it to you in plain language that actually makes sense. We tell you what's changing, we tell you why, we tell you what to do, and we do it with respect, because you deserve to be treated like an intelligent adult who is capable of making good decisions when given good information. If this video helped you today, if you learned something, if you feel more prepared, if you're going to take one of those steps I just walked you through, then I have one simple request. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. It costs you nothing. And what it gives you is this: peace of mind. Every time something like this happens, every time a rule changes, every time a payment schedule shifts, every time there's a warning you need to hear, you'll get it first. You'll be protected. You've worked too hard for your benefits to lose them because of a rule change you didn't know was coming. Subscribe now and make sure that never happens to you. And if you found this video valuable, please share it. Post it to your Facebook page. Text it to a family member. Show it to your neighbor. Share it in your church group or your senior center. Because the more people who are informed, the fewer people who get hurt by changes like this one. Your community needs this information, and you can be the one who makes sure they have it. Let's bring it all home. Starting March 7th, the Social Security Administration is implementing new identity verification requirements for certain account transactions and benefit changes. This does not mean your payment dates are changing. It does not mean you are losing your benefits. It does not mean you need to panic. What it does mean is this: if you need to make changes to your account, update direct deposit, change your address, request documents, the process may look different than it did before, and you want to be ready for that. Here's your simple action plan. Create or log into your My Social Security account at ssa.gov. Confirm your direct deposit information is current. Update your address if you've moved. Do it before March 7th. And stay alert for scammers who will try to take advantage of the confusion this change creates. That's it. That's what you need to do. You are not powerless here. You are not at the mercy of a system you don't understand. You are informed. You know what's coming. And you are prepared. And that is exactly what this channel is here to make sure of. Every single week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for trusting us with your time and your attention. We do not take that lightly. We know you have choices and we're grateful you're here. Stay safe. Stay informed. And remember, your benefits are yours. You earned them, you deserve them, and we are going to help you protect them every step of the way. We'll see you in the next video.